talk.
Welcome, youth family. We are so glad that you chose to join us for Youth Live Edition. Even though we can't meet every single week face to face, we can meet online through Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you so much for choosing to join us this week. Remember, we're going to be doing this every single Sunday at 12:30 p.m. So make sure you don't miss out. We're also so excited for the upcoming events that we have planned for you guys. Now, all of these events are quarantine, social distancing safe, and we have a photo scavenger hunt that's coming up here next Saturday. Now, we're working really hard on getting all of this information out to you. So we're going to be sending this through the Remind Group app. So make sure that you are a part of the group and that you make sure that you keep checking back for updates. Well, today we have one of our very own youth members here today, Coleman Taylor, who's going to share what it's like being a teenager in a social distancing quarantine world. So make sure you sit back, relax, and have a good time, and I'll see you. Hi guys, welcome to Youth Live Edition. I've got my friend Coleman here. We're going to be hanging out with him today, and I'm going to be asking him a few questions about what it's like to be in quarantine. So, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right, first question. What's the best part about being stuck in your house all day?
Probably the unlimited food.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and being able to sleep in late.
Yes.
Because at school I have to wake up early.
Yeah.
But I'm chilling, waking up at 10 every morning.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. For sure. I've taken part in the sleeping late. Yeah, staying up late, sleeping late. And I'm 31 years old, and I'm loving that actually. It's probably my favorite. All right, what's the worst part about being stuck in your house?
Probably having to do chores and things.
What's
when I'm at school, I don't have to vacuum or do anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do at home.
What's your mom make you do?
A lot. She makes me vacuum. I have to do the dishes because Ella Grace doesn't do them. I just gotta clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm always taking care of Georgia.
Yeah. Isn't that Ella Grace's dog?
Yeah, but it's really my dog.
Oh, okay.
She sleeps with me and everything, so.
Really?
Yeah. Except, that ended last night.
Why?
She peed on my bed.
Oh. Yeah, that's usually when that ends.
Yeah.
Is that was that her fault or your fault? Because there's a difference.
I don't know. Dad just came and put her up in my bed, and I was she just peed, so. Yeah. I was kind of mad, too.
Yeah.
Because I was asleep.
Oh, yeah. I'd be mad, too. So it woke you up.
Yeah, it woke me up.
Yikes.
Because, she'll stay up with Mom and Dad,
and
then Dad will come put her in my bed. And then she peed in my bed when Dad put her in my bed. So.
Yo, yeah. See, Georgia, small dog.
Yeah.
So it's still not a lot. It's still peed, but not a whole lot. Desmond's never peed in the bed. Even as a puppy, he never did. But he has peed in the house once.
Just once?
Just once. And it was a flood. Flooded the entire room pretty much.
Georgia does it once daily.
God. You guys need to take her out more often. All right. So, what advice can you give to your fellow youth members to pass the time during this lockdown?
Be active. Even though when I'm at home, I'm still trying to work out and run. And I feel that when I do that, makes my day feel like I've done something. and I just kind of just chill all day.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely be active.
Okay. All right. So, good question. Like transitioning into this, what's your favorite quarantine snack and why?
Oh, frozen pizza,
Okay.
because it's easy to cook.
True. Like the Tostinos.
No, it's
thing?
called pizza party.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like a piece of flatbread
Yeah.
when you first pull it out of the box.
Yeah.
But they slap. So.
Nice. That's cool. All right. Well, thank you, man, for answering some questions for us.
Oh yeah.
Take care of yourself and your family as you're in quarantine, and wash your hands, cover your cough and your sneezes, all that good stuff. And we'll see you later.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
See you, man. We can't do that actually. Hey guys, this is Coleman. We're gonna play a game called the Do Not Laugh game. So how this is gonna work is we're each gonna tell each other some jokes, and if the other person laughs, then we lose that round. And the first person with the most points, or however we want to do this, wins the game. All right. So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go first?
You can go.
All right. Okay, good. What do you call a nun that sleepwalks?
A nun walker.
No,
I don't know.
a Roman Catholic.
That was a really bad joke.
This is really good. I love that one. Roman Catholic, you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Okay. Here we go. How did Darth Vader know it was Luke's birthday?
I don't know.
He felt his presence.
I think I'll lose at that one. Okay. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
I don't know.
A stick.
Wow.
That was kind of her fault. Okay, alright, go for it.
Alright. What's Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1.
So bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Alright. Why did the tiger eat the tightrope walker?
I don't know.
Because he wanted a well-balanced meal.
Wow.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I can.
Alright, do you have any more?
Yeah.
All right.
More. There was 2 goldfish in a tank. One goldfish said, "How does this tank run?" Oh, it was supposed to be like a tank.
Oh,
Yeah,
a tank.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay. I've
Alright.
got one more if that one doesn't make
Okay,
sense.
alright.
Have you heard about the new restaurant in town? On the moon. Have you heard about the new restaurant on the moon?
Mm-mm.
It has great food, but no atmosphere.
Okay, alright, last one. What kind of pictures do turtles take?
Slow-mo.
That's good, but it's not it. That's good though. Alright. Shelfies.
That's so cringy.
I know, that's why it's so good. Okay, so I think we both lost.
Yeah, I
think
don't think there was a round where I didn't laugh.
I don't think so. Alright. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming out. I appreciate it. Although. Just a short few weeks ago, we concluded a series that we called Subject to Change. And we talked about what change looks like in our lives being Christians. We didn't know it then, but our world, our lives were getting ready to change in a major way. We would go from meeting face to face every single week to now pretty much meeting exclusively online. We would go from doing spring sports like baseball and soccer to planning what kind of Netflix marathon we're going to watch today. Or we went from planning international trips to planning what new event can I do in the backyard that I didn't do yesterday. And at the time that I was preaching on this subject, I would have been the person that said, I love change, because I hated things that stayed the same. I hated consistency. I hated things that were repetitive. Like I hated things that happened constantly. I want change. So, word of advice, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. You see, change is inevitable in our lives. Whether that is a friendship that sours, or a move to a new school, or losing a family member, or hey, a global pandemic. Life is subject to change. The only thing that's constant in life is change itself. Last summer, I knew that change was coming for Leanna and I. You see, we had been living and working outside of Charlotte for a little over 10 years. And the church that I had put my blood, my sweat, and my tears into was getting ready to close their doors. And I was going to be without a job. I was going to be without an income. And fear began to creep into my life because I didn't have a way to feed my family. And yes, a 165-pound Great Dane is basically equivalent to feeding a teenager. And the wiener dog, well, she eats her weight in hot dogs every day. So yeah, I have a family to feed, even if they're not actually human. But during this transition season in our lives, my best friend and one of the wisest guys that I know said this: all change comes with hope and with fear. You just have to choose hope. And as we find ourselves in this new and very uncertain season of our global community, now more than ever, we have to choose hope. We have to learn what it means to hold on to hope. In Mark chapter 4, we find the disciples who are living in a season, living in a moment of fear, because they had every reason to be. Let's listen to what Mark says in chapter 4. As evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake." So they took Jesus in the boat and started out, leaving the crowds behind. But soon a fierce storm came up. High waves were breaking into the boat, and it began to fill with water. Jesus was sleeping at the back of the boat with his head on a cushion. The disciples woke him up, shouting, "Teacher, don't you care that we are going to drown?" So here's the disciples in the middle of this storm that's getting ready to sink their boat, and Jesus is asleep with his head on a cushion. Like, what's up with that, Jesus? Does it ever feel like Jesus is asleep on the job? Like there's chaos all around you and you're almost drowning in this chaos, and Jesus doesn't feel like he's anywhere around. Well, that's what the disciples feel like right now. Like they're sinking in this boat, but Jesus is asleep with his head on a cushion. So understandably, the disciples are living in fear, and they go to Jesus, they wake him up and say, "Why are you not helping us?" And that's when Jesus does something really cool. He gets up. This is what happens When Jesus woke up, he rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Silence, be still." Suddenly the wind stopped, and there was a great calm. You see, everything in that storm changed. Everything in that storm for the disciples was changing except for one thing: Jesus. He was the constant, unafraid of the wind, unsurprised by the waves. You see, no matter what is on the horizon in our lives, no matter how difficult the unknown may be, no matter how dark those clouds may get, Jesus is still the same. He is not surprised by what is coming. He's not afraid because he calms the storms. He tells the waves to be still. He tells the wind to stop, and they obey. You see, he is the reason why we have the choice of fear over hope. He is the reason why we get to choose to have faith. Even with the chaos around us, he is constant. He is still. He is God. And he will never change. No matter what else in our lives may change, no matter what this global pandemic will end up doing in our lives, Jesus will still be the same. He is the reason why we have hope. He is the reason why we can look at our futures and not be afraid. Let's pray. Jesus, I understand that this season in our lives of uncertainty can be fearful. But Jesus, you are bigger than our fear. You are bigger than what's going on in the world today. And so I pray that the chaos around us, God, I pray that you would calm the chaos. You would calm the fear. God, you would tell it to be silent. God, that whatever you're doing in our world today, God, we know that you're in this. We can feel you. We know that you're here. So God, I pray that during this time that we would learn what it is that you want to teach us. And I pray, God, that we would be able to join together, even if we can't do it physically, God, we would join together as a community, as a student family, and join together and to worship you and to praise you and to be your hands and your feet and your voice here on earth. So God, I pray over anyone right now that is fearful, anyone right now that is uncertain, anyone right now that has a spirit of chaos in their lives, God. And I know that there are a lot, God. I pray that you would calm that spirit, that you would calm that storm, that you would get up, that you would rise up and you would tell it to be still. Because you are so much bigger than what is going on in the world today. God, we love you. God, we're so incredibly thankful that we have our one true God that has given us hope, that has given us faith. So Jesus, I pray that in the next few weeks, the next month, whatever this time frame may be, God, that just give us this hope. Give us this calm. God, we love you and we praise you. And we ask these things in your holy and sweet, precious name, Jesus. Amen. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Youth Live Edition. Hey, we're going to be doing this every single Sunday at 12:30 p.m. We are going to be on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So make sure you're tuning in every single Sunday, 12:30 p.m. Also, if you have any friends that are not currently plugged into a student ministry that is meeting online every single week, we would love to have you bring them into our youth family and just experience what God is doing through this community. We're so thankful for you. We miss you guys so much, and we hope to see you soon. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye.